Hypno has a certain reputation about it, but is that reputation deserved? Firstly, let me introduce my guest today, R-Wing Aaron64. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me on today, Proto. I really appreciate you introducing me and my channel, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get on with the theory.
Now, this theory was suggested by Aaron, as one of his own videos inspired the thought. Hypno is creepy. Why, you ask? If you didn't know, many people consider Hypno to be a pedophile and a child snatcher. You might be thinking to yourself, but Proto, why? But Proto, could a Pokemon be involved in something like this? But Proto, I want kinky Hypno action. Disgusting as always, comment section. However, there isn't any Pokemon that can actually breed with a human. Well, at least no reports of a Hypno breeding with a human, that is. So, where does this story come from then? Tell them, Aaron.
Rumors like this didn't even really start appearing till people started coming up with these creepypastas. In fact, in red, blue, and yellow versions of Pokemon, Hypno was actually a really good psychic-type Pokemon. It was able to take physical hits with good defense, unlike Alakazam, and in gold, silver, and crystal, Hypno could use all of the elemental punches. The problem started with the remakes of red and blue. In Fire Red and Leaf Green, in the Berry Forest on one of the Sevia Islands, Hypno kidnaps a child into the forest. Or rather, is it assumed that he was kidnapped? Perhaps she was just lost and the Pokemon that attacks the player upon discovery of the child is none other than Hypno. Could be just coincidence.
Right you are, Aaron. Many creepypastas make Hypno out to be some evil monstrosity. And while Hypno has some characteristics that might be a bit disturbing, it is far from a monster. In its gold dex entry, when it is very hungry, it puts humans it meets to sleep. Then it feasts on their dreams. In fact, Drowsy and Hypno are based on real life, believe it or not. Drowsy being based on the tapir, and Hypno being based from the Baku spirit, or better known as the Dream Eater. The traditional Japanese nightmare-devouring Baku originates in Chinese folklore and was familiar in Japan, and it too is very similar to the tapir. And while Hypno may look more human-esque than Drowsy, it's still far from a human. One thing to note that its nose and frill are similar to a vulture, but in the manga, its nose is round instead of beakish. As stated in my top 10 deadliest Pokemon, Hypno is a dangerous Pokemon to encounter in the wild. After all, remember, having your dream eaten will kill you in the Pokemon world, as seen with the Haunter known as Black Fog. And while that in itself is creepy, why is it considered a child snatcher and pedophile?
So go on with the history of the Hypno lullaby.
Hypno's Lullaby is a short song that is about kidnapping children forever. There is no need to go into detail about it, other than it rhymes and it's really creepy. If you want to look it up, just Google the lullaby itself. It'll come right up. With the creepypastas and game in mind, we need to seek more information. In the anime episode Hypno's Nap Time, an organization uses a Hypno and Drowsy to sleep better. Since Pokemon moves often have unintended effects on humans, Hypno accidentally puts all the children and many of the Pokemon in the city to sleep too. But in this episode, at no point in time was Hypno interested in eating anyone's dreams or snatching children. Time for the conclusion. Is Hypno a pedophile? As stated before, the inability to breed, or even possibly getting aroused by humans, Hypno seems to only be acting on instinct. Wild Hypnos are known for putting humans to sleep to feed their hunger. And it would seem in the case of Fire Red and Leaf Green, this is no different. Take it away, Aaron.
I agree. I mostly reached the same conclusion here. There's no substantial evidence that would assume Hypno does anything sexual to any of the children. I think the children just are weaker and more vulnerable, so therefore they are affected more heavily by Hypno's powers. There's nothing to suggest that he does anything negative towards them. It's just happenstance, and all of the negative stuff is just attributed by hearsay and creepypastas.
Thanks for watching, and please remember to like and share my work with others. Big thanks to rwingaaron64 for helping me out on this video. I am Protomario, and I am signing out. Tell them where they can see more of your work, Aaron.
Yes, Proto. Again, thank you very much for having me on. I really appreciate it. All of you who are curious to go over to my channel, it's rwingaaron64. I do a lot of anime, but mostly Pokemon related stuff that I think that all of you would really enjoy. So show your support. I'd like to see over on my new channel.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go get some hypnotherapy. I haven't been dreaming lately. I wonder why. See you next time, Pokemaniacs. And now comes the all-important decision of supporting the Maverick Army. Join the Maverick Rebellion today. Subscribe and become a Maverick. We are a tight-knit community who desire to change the gaming stereotype into something better. Together, we will revolutionize the world of gaming and the way gaming is viewed on YouTube and across all platforms. Mavericks unite. Subscribe today and become a Maverick with us. I'm Protomario, and I approve this message. Please note that in all my videos, if I use images from Google, that I do not own any of those images, and all images obtained from Google are owned by their respective owners and copyrights. So please remember this when watching my Pokemon theories. Thanks.